Hello everyone, Dr. Mark Pasquale, Dr. Sean Campbell.
Afternoon.
Welcome. Good to be speaking with you again today. We're here Adjusted Chiropractic in the One Health and Fitness facility, and today we're talking about heart rate variability.
Yeah.
Now we don't want to, if you haven't heard about heart rate variability yet, it's an important, it's the latest technology for us to actually see how well our body is adapting to the environment and basically adapting to stress. So what is it that you've been looking at over the last couple of weeks, Dr. Campbell?
Well, I've been using the heart rate variability as a measure for, obviously, for my stress levels, seeing where I'm at.
So this is personally for yourself?
Yeah, I've been using it for myself.
Here we go.
So
personal experience.
I mean, I'm always training in the gym, and so a couple of weeks ago, I was doing a couple of high intensity sessions, and then I was dealing with some stuff outside of work and some stressful sort of things. And I thought I'll just check my heart rate variability and see where I'm at. And closer to 100 you get, the better. And I was down around 16. I thought that can't be right.
Wow.
I'm usually sitting in the 80s or 90s.
Yep.
And I knew I was under a bit of stress, so I thought we'll see how it goes. And yeah, of course it was rubbish, right? So made a decision there. All right, now what I need to do is start diverting my energy away from the high intensity training and those sorts of things. And,
so high intensity training you were doing was weights?
Just high intensity cardio and weight training and those.
If you haven't seen Dr. Campbell work out before in the One Health facility, it's pretty intense. So
it's not always, but sometimes. So yeah, what I actually did, I come across some really interesting research a couple of weeks ago, and that was to do with how we're living in this world where more is better, right? You want to lose weight, you restrict your calories as much as possible. You want to get stronger, you got to do more. And what we've actually started realizing is that our body can actually only produce and use a certain amount of calories for energy per day. So if we are using our energy for all these things like tissue recovery, for our immune system, for our movement that we're doing every day, we use a lot of it for stress.
Yes.
To actually, our body changes when we're under stress. So to keep those changes happening, increases cortisol levels and changes blood pressure and blood sugars and things like this. It all requires energy that our body produces to be diverted around to be used. And we don't have an infinite amount of energy we can create each day.
Now can I just interrupt there? Sorry to interrupt, but we're not necessarily talking about energy levels such as when I'm feeling tired through the end of the day or anything like that. We're actually talking energy levels of fundamental body function. So this is what the body takes to actually, so it's got nothing to do with how you're feeling with regards to energy levels. It's got to do with the basic fundamentals of the
metabolic processes that are happening in the body.
Totally out of our control. And totally out of our control with regards to whether we get enough sleep, not enough sleep, enough rest, not enough rest. It's linked to that, but it's not what we're talking about. We're talking about how much does the body, or what energy does the body have to metabolize?
Well, each day is everything that the body does, from just keeping us alive to using our brain to our immune system fighting off pathogens,
to heal,
to digestive, it all requires energy.
Absolutely.
And so the more that we're moving and pushing our body, the more that our energy gets diverted away from those other things and getting used for movement.
Yes.
And so the interesting thing that I was looking at was that if you were to do 10,000 steps in a day, we were under the assumption that if you were to do 20,000 steps, the person who did 20,000 steps would burn more calories than the person who did 10,000.
Yes.
And what we're realizing now is that it's just not true. They'll burn the same amount of calories over the day. It's the person doing 20,000 steps, his immune system is going to suffer, his recovery is going to suffer, and so it's all balance.
So it's diverted energy.
Exactly. It starts getting diverted away from these other mechanisms. And the first one to go, the least important one, is tissue recovery, making us bigger and stronger and faster. I mean, they're not important in survival as much as keeping our organs running, our brain running, general movement. These things are much more important than making us bigger and stronger.
Extraordinary information. So what did you see? What did you do when you had those low scores and the pulse wave profile?
So I, instead of doing sessions where I was coming in and doing exercises that break down muscle tissue, I backed off on the weights. I increased how much I was doing, so a little bit higher rep training, more of a blood flow type training. So just getting the blood moving around the body, not overly breaking down tissue. A couple of days days, instead of going to the gym, I just went for a 45-minute walk just around, just at a leisurely pace, and then focused on increasing my calories in the way of my healthy foods. So
Yes.
a bit more veg, a bit more healthy fat, a little bit more protein. Just started bringing in all those things.
Very good.
Just to start improving that recovery side, driving up the calories, and
what did you
decreasing
see?
energy expenditure.
What was the result?
I tested my heart rate variability this morning, and it was up in the 80s again.
Wow,
so
that's extraordinary.
That means today will be a nice high intensity session.
So today the body is recovered, it's dealing with its environment well, so
Exactly.
now you can go and work out harder.
Yeah, I'm in a state where my body's able to handle the stresses that I put on it well, and rebuild tissue well, and from that I'll actually see improvements in fitness compared to if I had have just kept breaking things down. You burn yourself out. You don't get those adaptations that you're looking for.
Fantastic. Extraordinary discovery. It reminds me of a couple of conversations that I continually have with my mentors, Dr. Campbell, and that is that any process in the body takes time. So we always get people coming to see us that they need help, that they're in poor health situations, or they're having a lot of pain because there might be some damage that has been done that they need to actually heal. And one of the things that sometimes they don't understand is that healing takes time. So, and I understand that we all want to be healthy by tomorrow, or we all want to be healed tomorrow, but it doesn't work that way. The body has only a certain amount of energy to do healing and all these metabolic processes. So sometimes we need to be patient, especially in a stress situation, which most people actually are. So it's extraordinary. It's extraordinary discovery for us to understand and for us to use. So we use that to our advantage.
Yeah, well, we use it in the clinic for checking where people's stress levels are at, how much their body, the ability of their body to recover.
Yep.
And then we'll use it to change, modify our recommendations and what people should be doing.
Yeah. Now, across the board in Australia, on average, 16% of Australians will see the chiropractor during the year. Okay, so 16% of Australians. Now, some of those are people who injure themselves and only want to see the chiropractor once or twice or a few times to get themselves back on track. But a lot of people these days with this type of technology and this understanding use chiropractic care regularly. Using the adjustments to clear out the nervous system and get the body's healing ability back and as maximum as possible, and doing that regularly. There's a larger population actually doing that, and it works really, really well.
Yeah, very effective.
So watching that really closely, heart rate variability, making sure that the healing ability of the body is going well. So definitely any questions? I mean, this is extraordinary information today. Thank you very much for your insights in that. Any questions you have out there on heart rate variability or the healing process of the body or how the body is working, if you're having any issues, come and speak to us. We're available on our website. We're available on the phone. Just give us a call. We can't wait to help you out. Have a great day, everyone.
Yeah, see you later.
Bye.